Welcome back to part 2, ladies and gentlemen. Still got No Limits, Devon Larratt, Monster Michael Todd in the mother fluffing house. Mike, you were just going to come back with a point there. We were talking about Schoolboy. And
yeah, that wasn't my point. My point was I was holding this thought for a while. Back to the workouts, right?
Okay.
I'm very interested to see Devon's progression. You know, ever since he went over and we talked about it numerous times about how he's felt like he was doing it wrong and how he's getting stronger and not going to failure. The crazy thing is, a lot of what I do now, well, not what I do now, but what inspired me to do this version of training was Devon's old version of training. When he was doing the pull-ups and the curls and the push-ups. So instead of doing that, I started doing pull-ups, bench presses, I adapted to that, right? So then now the biggest difference for me in the last several years, I've always trained these circuits, right? Ever since, I probably saw Devon do that 2010, 2008, whatever it was. I've incorporated these type of circuits in my workouts. The biggest difference now is I've incorporated hand and wrist and forearm. Because I don't have the table time that Devon does, I literally train my hand, wrist, and forearm every day, multiple times a day. Like Devon's like, I train 3 times a day. Funny thing is, I do too. And it's weird. It's not intentional, but I have a morning cardio session that's these wrist rolls. Forward, back, reverse, battle ropes where my hands trying to get exposed. And I'm doing a lot of with BFRs on. And then I'll do my arm rest, my actual workout where it's my whatever body part I'm doing, and then wrist rolls, cable pulls, battle ropes. And then I have another session where I'm rope pulling for, 15. So the short workouts are 15 to 20, 10 to 17 minute workouts, but there's 2 to 3 of them a day. And for me, that's where my biggest gains have came. So it was all inspired by watching him a decade plus ago, but I just evolved into what's worked really well for me. So I'm interested to see if what I'm doing has improved me as much as what he's doing has improved him. I'm excited about this match. I think it's going to be a lot of fun either way.
Do you expect it to be very different, Michael? Do you think it's going to be a very different match in a lot of ways, or do you think that fundamentally we'll see the same positional play that we saw last time, where you're dropping in early, trying to make sure that you don't walk and you keep that pressure on, and Devon's trying to catch, or is it going somewhere else?
There's a lot of variables. I do think I'm going to be able to hit first. I think I will, but I don't know. He's got multiple options, right? Like did he get his hand and wrist stronger and his cup stronger? Because I see he's doing those heavy singles, heavier than he's ever done. Will he be able to turn in and carve me in? Will he pronate out and try to, I don't know. The biggest thing, this is it. I can't be concerned about what Devon's doing. Only thing I have control over, power over, is how hard I'm going to work. So I'm going to work as hard as I possibly can, as hard as I know how to. And then on the day, hope that's enough, right? So as far as do I think it's going to be different, I think I'm going to win 3-0. That's what I think.
Yeah.
But,
champ right there. That's a champ.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I mean, I have to feel that way. But
I got that medal at home.
I'm excited. I'm excited about the match. I mean, and I would not be as excited if it wasn't Devon. I was wanting to fucking somebody just throw me like give me a little layup match. You know what I'm saying? That would have been cool because I never get any of those. But with it being Devon, it's a very big match.
Well, the interesting thing is, mate, there's a lot of people out there that said, "Oh yeah, Michael didn't want Jerry. You want nothing to do with Jerry." Do you? And Jerry's a tough match. There's no doubt about that.
He's a great guy. Before you keep going, I'm gonna go ahead and stop you right there. I don't want my hand to break again. So, I mean, the fact that they changed the straps, I don't think you see the same match.
Mm-hmm.
I think the matches have happened. Now, round 1, the last 2 times we pulled WL, for some reason, I'm sleeping and I get slapped. It's just bam. What the hell? I have no idea what's going on there. But every time the match stops, I get everything that I want. And then that tiny little strap fractures my metacarpal and it does nerve damage and I can't transition. So I've pulled Jerry for decades. You put me in a traditional strap, I think it's going to be an interesting match. I think it's going to be a 1.5 minute, 2-minute match, but I think I win 3-0. I don't think I get injured. And I think the fact that I got injured both times is what, I mean, and this is for both of y'all. Have y'all ever seen me get that position and not be able to transition to a press?
Only with Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry's the guy.
Because my
with
hand
Jerry.
broke. That's what I'm saying. Every time
Yeah.
ever, every match we've done ever, you were there. You were commenting the UAL match.
Yeah.
At everything, at transition, because there is no fracture, there is no nerve damage. I still have access to that transition. I can't.
Still a great match, though.
Reason.
It was a great match, wasn't it?
Occurs. Do what?
Well, it was a great match. Even the UAL match was a great match.
I mean, and Jerry's awesome. Jerry's awesome, and Jerry's going to think differently, and this is my belief. So, I don't know what's going to happen this season. Whoever loses between me and Devon will most likely pull, I don't know, the winner of Jerry Gennady. Who knows, right? I don't know what the paths look like. I feel like the only way that I can control my destiny is by winning at 601. If I was to lose at 601, I literally have no idea what the rest of the year looks like for me. I feel like that, and I put a lot of pressure on myself. Devon knows that. You know that. I'm
just gonna flush. Just flush.
Yeah, right. It starts all over, right? So, I mean, and that's the thing is, I don't know, man. I have no idea how it's going to go. I'm looking forward to the match. I'm hoping this coronavirus stuff doesn't halt us in our tracks, and we're both training our ass off. We're both working hard. I hope they don't postpone it. One of the things you told me about the match, being the opener, it's great. I just want the match to happen. Once I really just sat down, I'm like, listen, win or lose, I'm ready to make this shit happen. Let's roll. I wanted a reason to train. I wanted somebody to focus on. Let me tell y'all something funny, and I'll let y'all talk this second. I don't mean to take up so much. I do my cable pulls every day, right? Cable pulls every day. It wasn't until this match, once we were talking about it, we started negotiating and stuff, that I realized right in front of my half table with the pulley is the poster of Devon versus Andre when they were the main event for left-handed. So every time I'm pinning that thing, I'm looking directly in Devon's eyes. Every single time. And I didn't set that up that way. That's just what I see every time I pin that thing. So, I mean, I'm inspired, I'm motivated, I'm ready to roll. So it's going to be fun.
How was his hair in the picture?
Oh, it looked way nicer than what it is there.
Put your hood down now, Dev. Show what you're working with.
Oh, I'm really good right now.
Check this.
Really good. I'm really good.
How about that? Hey?
Yeah.
Check that.
Fresh.
Give him Matt's getting a run for his money there, ain't he?
Priorities. Strength.
Over haircut.
Doesn't matter. It's not going to matter. Yeah.
What's your prediction, Devon?
What's my what?
What's your prediction?
I feel bad for you, Mike. I do, because, I feel bad. I worry it's going to break your heart. That's what I worry about.
Well, I appreciate your concern.
Technically, Devon, are we looking at same suit warmed over? Is it going to be same thing, only harder? Because the last time you came up a little short on the press. Yeah. Now is that corrected?
Realistically, Mike's champ. I am unquestionably better than the last time I faced him. By a margin.
44%.
But I can only assume that Michael's better too. Michael had a great 2019. Really, I mean, I'll tell you, he didn't look that good with Jerry, to tell you the truth. I
honestly did not look that good with Jerry. I looked amazing with Dave.
Amazing.
I thought all y'all were going to retire after that Dave.
Yeah.
I quit. You know what I'm saying?
No, I expect Michael to be, his best that he's ever been. I think that what I really realize is what surgery does to you. It really just resets you as an arm wrestler. And, in 2013, when I got cut open in the right, it took me 3 or 4 years. I don't think I really figured out my stuff really till 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was good, but I wasn't the same arm wrestler. You see me winning in 2016, 2017. I'm not exactly the way that I was, back in 2008, 2009. And I feel like I am now the best version of this new style of arm wrestlers that have been. And for what I am now, my right doesn't have any holes. Like whenever like I arm wrestle tons of people, it's not like any style am I particularly vulnerable to. It's not like, oh, if a guy does that, it's really gonna hurt me. Whereas I could have said that like, 3 years ago, I would have said, oh, I don't know how to stop a press properly yet, or I'm really optimistic. I'm very optimistic about the whole season, about the first match, about I feel like I've just really been reborn in the last year and a half since going to Russia. Since really Russia was it for me. Like just seeing the way those guys operate, it really opened something up in me that I'm happy to get to showcase. I don't know. I mean, beating Michael is a massive thing. It's a huge thing. Everybody knows in North America, unquestionably, Michael's number one. Unquestionable. He beat everybody. The only doubt is, where does Michael sit in the world? As high as one, you could argue that Vitaly might beat him. You could argue that Dimitri could maybe beat him. So as low as four. But
I agree with everything except for the Dimitri comment, and that's just because he beat me in 2016. I beat him in 17. 2018, on day one of the Arnold, Leonard Harkless admittedly that he failed. It was a equipment malfunction. The strap came apart. As soon as he said go, the buckle was underneath my finger, and the whole buckle opened up. So I was pulling into the strap versus trying to hang on, and I got destroyed. Truman has never beat me like that in his life, and he crushed me on day one. I love Dimitri Truman. Great guy. I think the evolution of me has been significant. So I don't think Truman should be in the conversation, in my opinion.
Well,
now, I do believe it's possible.
Win on you.
It's possible that Vitaly and Levin could be too much for me. It's not. I mean, it's possible. Like, that's a legit possibility, right? But it's also possible I could stop him.
Any way you cut it, to beat Michael is awesome. I wouldn't claim to be number one in the world. If I do beat Michael, I would see myself somewhere around the 3 to 4 spot. That's where I would put myself, because I think I would be the underdog against both Vitaly and Levon. And I think I might have a great match with Dimitri. But I plan on continuing to rock this system until the wheels fall off. So I think that I'm going to continue to pack on, that top end horsepower, and with patience and continued love for the sport, y'all better watch out.
See, that's exciting to me to see him inspired again.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's good.
It's, hanging out in the 225 class and killing everybody for years, automatically 2018 Open happens. It's just, it was different, right? Now he has a goal. And Devon is a guy who, especially with his career, you give the man a goal, a target, something to shoot at. I'm sure he's as focused as I am or more. His entire life was to have a task, to go accomplish a task. So that's exciting to me that he is inspired and motivated. And it's just to mean that we are going to get the best out of each other. The match will happen, and it will be the best version of Devon. It'll be the best version of me.
Name me your top 5 arm wrestlers in order, Michael, in the world.
Currently, right now?
Yeah.
Well, it's questionable. I don't know how strong Devon is. So like I said earlier, there's 5 of us on each stage.
Why I'm doing this is because of that subjectivity thing. Because I bet we've got open discussion around this now. Anyway, go and let's see.
Well, I think I have to be in the conversation until Levin. I don't think. Okay, so here's the deal. Like he said, he would not claim himself to be number one. I am not claiming myself to be the number one in the world, but I feel like I'm entitled to say that Levin does not have that right either.
Yeah, dude, imagine it's just me, you, and him at the bar. Who've you got?
What are you talking about?
In terms of just saying, I know you'll pull your punches now because you don't want to be seen as arrogant, but really, who've you got? If you think you can do it, just say it.
Well, I'm going to tell you this right now. On April 21st, in my opinion, I can beat any arm wrestler on the planet on that day. That's my opinion. That's what I'm prepared to do. I expect Devon to be the strongest him ever, and who knows? The Devon that shows up that day might be able to beat any arm wrestler on the planet that day. I just feel that I'm not training for Devon. No offense. I'm training on April 21st to be the absolute strongest arm wrestler who's ever existed. So on that day, I feel if you ask me that question on April 20th, I'm going to tell you I'm the man.
So I'll tell you what then. To make life easier, take yourself out of the equation. Name me your top 5 in order. With yourself out of the equation. Just how you see it now. Don't worry about offending.
Currently, right now, I'd say Levin, Vitali. You have to give the nod to Devon over Dave because the last time they pulled. And you have to, whether it's WAL, whether it's PAL, over 6 rounds, I believe Devon's going to gas him. You know? And I think he's just mentally a very hard guy to deal with on the table. You know, he gets in your head. So I have Devon set in 3, Chafee 4. Now I'm going to say something that y'all are not going to agree with. I think Dmitry Trubin's a bad dude, but I think Dmitry Salayev is awesome as shit. That kid might be number 5.
I think Prudnik beats them both.
Round. Do what?
I think Prudnik can beat them both.
Yeah, I completely disagree with that.
I know.
Think Trubin runs through Prudnik's hand, and I think Salayev, in my opinion, after watching what he did to Krause, I think he does the same thing to Prudnik. I love Prudnik. To
be honest, yeah, Salayev's looking solid.
Dude,
but
we don't know. Everybody's
talking
about, Tim Bresnan beat him. Tim Bresnan beat him 4 years ago. This kid is a kid. He's young. That kid's strong.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Yeah. So I don't know, man.
It's the same way Michael does. Same orders, same everything.
Yeah, it's a pretty good shout. I've just got enormous faith in Prudnik. I think Prudnik can feature in there. I think that guy's on a massive upward trend. Massive upward trend.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think he peaked last season. I don't think he can. I think he's too big. He's carrying too much size on that frame. I don't think he's that big.
I think he should have cut to 95.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because I think there's something in it takes time for you to get used to that frame, get used to that body.
It doesn't happen overnight.
No.
It doesn't okay, so this is another topic. I believe that Devon is a bigger version of him now. Now, he weighed 263, he pulled whatever. But I don't care if Devon was the same weight. I think he's better conditioned now than he was because he's been used to this weight longer. You know what I'm saying? Because what I saw when Devon pulled in 2018 was his endurance, his cardio. I've never seen Devon breathing that heavy as I saw him breathing against Jerry Caderet. I've never seen him breathing that heavy as I saw him against Matt Matz. So I have to do.
I don't really work anymore.
Exactly right. He's like that. But on that same note, I don't have the advantage of seeing that before I face Devon. So I can only assume that this will be the strongest Devon, and he will have that cardiovascular capacity back that he used to have that he was known for. So I'm not saying he didn't have it when we pulled because fucking guy wouldn't quit. We pulled forever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wanted him to quit, but he wouldn't, you know? So he's in there no matter what. But I have to prepare for not only the strongest Devon, but the Devon who is known for arm wrestling. Remember that night in Arm Wars in London where he destroyed John? Then he beat all of us, like 5 of us, on the coffee table for like 6 hours. You know what I'm saying? That's the Devon I got to be prepared for.
Yeah.
I'm gone. He's long gone.
Mate, I still have nightmares about that.
Yeah, me too. I hope he never shows up again.
When we were on the show yesterday, Mike, I don't think it's even released yet. I've only put one part out. The other day we did a show, and that was something special that night, wasn't it?
Dude, that was amazing. I talked about that night for a long time because that was one of the most impressive things I had ever seen.
It's gonna make me cry.
Joking aside, when you've got, Barboza, Mike, John Brezink, just a field of killers, and everyone is literally round robining on you to their failure. They're going till they cannot arm wrestle any longer, and you stay on the table with no rest, straight up. Okay, next.
Right. That was my reaching the peak, right? Like that's when I beat John and kind of got the #1 spot. I mean,
and we're talking for what was it, Mike? Seriously, what was it? 10 minutes or something? It was like ridiculous.
We were downstairs in the lobby for several hours.
I mean that one run round was like,
it was crazy. It was very impressive, and So that's why it was. I mean, when I got the chance to pull him in 2011, and you told me I wasn't ready, I'm like, you just give me the match, you know. I had the power that day.
You were strong.
I didn't have the technical ability to out arm wrestling. But if you'd have duct taped me to Devon that day, I'd have went through that dude 100-0. It would have been bad. I was strong as shit, but I just couldn't. I couldn't match his arm. I mean, he was a better arm wrestler, you know. And I don't. I'm not as. Go ahead.
I'm a worse arm wrestler now, but I'm different. I'm like older and stronger, and I'm not. I don't think I'm as good as that guy in my full technical range, but in the range that I do use, I think I am stronger. Well,
you make an interesting point, because I have a similar opinion on that one, mate. And that's where I was going the other day. The question I put to Devon, Mike, was, do you think that guy, i.e. the guy that took out John, the guy that toyed with Ron, the guy on the coffee table, was the better attacking arm wrestler, more aggressive in his style? Since then, you moved to this more defensive style. And the interesting thing about that whole question is that the last time you and Mike pulled, you were very much having to go back to that attacking format of arm wrestling because of Mike's natural affinity to defense.
Well, that's what you remember, right?
Yeah.
Michael and I have a history, and we remember what fit, and we remember what worked. And you kind of have an instinct to fall back on those things. But it's a fresh encounter every time, and that's really what is going to probably be a key thought for whoever wins, is to be reactive in the moment, you know? So we'll see on the day.
Absolutely. Oh, on that note, though, what he was talking about, his style is different. I'm not as strong as the guy that he pulled in 2011 on the bench press, on the deadlift, on the squat, right? That guy then was very, very powerful in the non-arm wrestling exercises. The me now can't do any of that shit, but I'm a much stronger arm wrestler because I finally started focusing on hand, wrist, the things that I neglected in the past because I thought raw power was the answer, right? And then once my defensive King's move got exposed, and I started realizing, well, hell, I could put a stop. If I got a stronger hand, I could clamp those fools. They wouldn't be able to walk me. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, we all evolve. But, I mean, Devon, and that's the other thing. So on paper, and this is something I'm hoping comes to fruition, and it's horrible when I say this, but on paper, I'm 2 years older than Devon, right? I'm 46. He's 44. I'll be 47. But Devon has had because of the career path that he's chose and defending the freedom of his country, the dude has been beat up. You know what I'm saying? Like, his body has been through hell.
I got some miles.
I mean, all I can hope is that wear on his body doesn't allow him to be as healthy and as fresh and as prepared as I am.
I'll tell you, I'm coming back, Mike. I am. I feel reborn. You better watch out.
Just leave that shit to yourself. I was trying to be optimistic. You know what I'm saying?
Me too.
I was like, damn,
I'm trying to be optimistic. Hey, Rabbit, do you think I'm a younger man today than I was 2 years ago?
Of course.
There you go.
I love that answer.
Did he just ask his wife?
Yeah. And you know what the funniest thing is? You made the point about him being beaten up when he was, like, abroad getting shot at. You've met Jody, right?
His wife is brutally honest, Mike. If there's nothing you know about me, that should probably be it.
His wife is brutally brutal. She beat the crap out of him in a hotel lobby last time I saw them both.
Hey, whoa. I definitely won that fight. I definitely.
No. Hey. No. Whoa, sweet child of mine. You did not win that fight. She was warming up at the venue doing, like, it was quite entertaining, I'm not going to lie. She was doing, like, handstand splits. And I'm like,
Show.
Can't beat him. So.
Had that thing working.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Mate,
is this going to happen? Is this match going to happen? I mean, what's going on with this coronavirus thing? What do y'all think? Honest opinion.
I think that the next time I put my right hand on the table in a serious fashion, it's with you.
Oh, I agree. I just don't know if it's going to be on April 21st or not. You know?
No one knows, Mike. No one knows.
I think that I'll get on a train. I don't care. It won't be
about driving, but I'm like, my back is gonna hurt so bad if I have to drive to LA.
It won't be because of me. It's canceled. I'll go through anything.
Look at it this way, guys. At the moment, it's completely out of everybody's control. You said it earlier, Michael. If you can't fly there, if you can't actually get there, think about the other logistics involved with that. The staff for the whole show, other athletes. I mean, Marlon Kleinsmith, Irina Gladkaya, case in point. Both aren't able to fly to the United States right now.
Is Australia doing with anything?
I think they are, yeah. Not as significant as some of the other countries, but it's lap of the gods right now, guys. It is lap of the gods, but it's going to happen. When? We'll see, but it's going to happen.
We can just meet up in Midwest America. If you want to just meet together, we'll bring a table.
Yeah, I'm cool for anything. Look at I hope it happens. No. I'm telling you, every time I put my hand on that table, I break a record. I'm telling you. It's crazy. It's crazy how strong this thing is getting.
All right, so before we go, so this is everybody hears it live right here. Win or lose, when are you gonna come down and train with me?
Yeah, well, we should do that for sure. Well, how
about before the match, though? Not before the match, though.
No, not before the match. No. I finally got all my sponsorship.
I think that you'll probably have more fun up here. When you come and hang out with me, it'll probably be more fun for you.
We'll have to.
You can fight Jody.
Well, that's what I'm gonna tell you is I finally got all my brand partners and sponsors together. The gym will be complete by the end of April, 1st of May. So I'm gonna have 2,000 square foot heated and cooled, 1,000 square foot AstroTurf. It will be the mecca for arm wrestling training in North America.
Later, dude. You're my enemy. I'm gonna kill you. Don't even talk to me about being.
See, I had to try to get his head right there. And
talk to me about
being like happy. You want to like eat food with me and train and shit. I'm telling you,
eat your brains, man.
He don't want none of that. Just because he got back from Zombie Fest, now he's a brain eater.
Yeah, it was awesome. Seriously, fucking Thor is gonna break that world record.
Dude, did you see how easy he pulled 1,026?
Dude, he's breaking it in Bahrain.
I'm gonna say he isn't.
You want to bet?
Yes.
How much you want to bet?
$50. What do we usually go?
$50. Oh, Neil.
Well, you've lost every goddamn bet.
I bet more with Bob Brown, and that guy is
in this since Rampage knocked out Chuck Liddell.
Well, don't bet too much because you know that win bonus is coming home with me.
I'll bet you one evening, all inclusive, nothing ridiculous, but like one evening.
That Thor breaks the 501 in Bahrain.
Yeah. Yep. Party time. When is he doing that? That's 6 weeks. Is he doing that before WAL 501?
I believe so.
Yes. 5 weeks in.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So that means we'll know.
You got a cheap night though. I won't be picking it over there, but you know.
Hang on. Before we go any further, I almost feel bad that Devon's bottom 8 is on April 25th. Because he's gonna go back to all those dudes from all the Instagram and YouTube fame and explain how I beat him and why.
I don't understand, Mike. Mike, you're the best in the world. Nobody expects you to win. You're the best in the world, Michael.
See, now he's trying to do the mind thing to me.
Look, Michael, if I can even slow you down, people are gonna be proud of me. Like, it's all win for me. It's all win.
Hey,
if you're looking for negative,
I'm screen recording all this right now for a video I'm about to put out.
Negative press risk has to go to Blue Bowen because number one, he's the defending champion of the bottom 8. He's pulling Brendan a couple of days before, and everybody already hates him.
It's gonna be great, dude. Bottom 8 is gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be so much fun. Hey Neil, you might just suck enough to be in the bottom 8.
Really?
We got one spot available,
mate. That's an honor. I'm pretty honored.
Do you think you could hang with those chumps?
What, Bowen and that lot?
Like a drunken? Could you be like a drunken Bowen? Yeah, you want it?
Unfortunately, this year I can't. I genuinely can't. My son's competing in a big event.
I understand.
No, really, he really is competing in a big event this year. But
I'm surprised he's not offering me a spot in the bottom 8.
Bottom eight's going to be interesting.
You're the champ, Mike. You're the best in the world. You don't get to be in the bottom 8. You're like way up there somewhere. Okay.
Bottom
I'll be
eight
sure to bring an
here
autograph with me.
is no joke.